What's going on, guys? Another kind of knife re-review for you guys. Last time I had a Strider SNG CC. I had it with kind of doing a double review with my SMF CC. I just got this one off the forums for a pretty good deal, and so I'm really excited to have this one back in my collection. Basically, last time I had said that with this Lego Strider G10. It's kind of like the perfect Strider, and I still agree with that. I still think that assessment is pretty accurate. The Lego feels great in the hand, kind of fills up your hand and your palm and all that kind of stuff, and especially with the new lock face and all that kind of stuff, this is a great feel. The Strider SMF Lego is it's thicker and kind of a little cumbersome in the hand, especially in the pocket. Really fills up a lot of space in the pocket. But with the SNG, I really feel like this is a great EDC size. And so, having the chance to get a SNG CC version, concealed carry version, I was glad to get this back in my collection. And now after having this, for a couple days, having it in my EDC and carrying it, I'm in love with this knife. I like it. I think I like it more than the Lego, just because of how slim it is, and it glides into the pocket effortlessly, and you don't even realize it's there. So again, it's just you realize how far you come, in terms of your understanding. Sorry, I was just doing a little comparison there. In terms of your feel and of knives and all that kind of stuff. Striders, were always just that huge. I always thought they were huge, just like beefy tanks, and now an SNG is a slim and slender knife, if you will. Kind of what I would attribute to the Sebenza here. But a Strider SNG, I mean, surprisingly, it's shorter than a Sebenza. In terms of profile, it's slightly wider due to the angles. But when you fold it down and everything like that, even though it is somewhat wider, it kind of does fill up your pocket a bit more than the Sebenza would. It's still, with its thin, this the way thin profile, so if you compare it against the Sebenza here, not much wider, if not maybe actually a little bit thinner, especially at the CC part here. Then you're talking about much thinner. The CC version, I think, in my opinion, I mean, oh man. Okay, let's put it this way. The Sebenza, I think, is still the perfect EDC in terms of fitting in your pocket, never, protruding or never being an obstruction in your pocket. The Strider still kind of gets in the way because it's wide. As I was sliding my hand in my pocket to grab my keys and my jeans, I was definitely feeling the Strider, in there. Sebenza just hugs the side of your pocket for sure. But outside of that, I think the Strider is awesome. In terms of its hard use, I mean, it's known for its hard use. So it can really endure a lot of shock and beating and all that kind of stuff. So, but at the same time, it can do a lot of fine precision work. The jimping, or not the jimping, the choils and all that kind of stuff allows you for choking up really high on the blade to do a lot of precision cutting and all that kind of stuff. Fine cutting, and so I really feel like even better than the Sebenza in some senses. Obviously, the blade is somewhat a bit thicker than the Sebenza's blade. But at the same time, it slices. If you can sharpen, this one's gonna slice great. This one's a user with the tiger striping. The dude that owned this before, or maybe even before him, put this massive like convex edge on here, which I'm not like that fond of, but at the price, I'm like, okay, I'll deal with it. So I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna use this one for sure. I'm gonna use this one to death, and eventually, if the edge can flatten out, maybe it will. But I mean, it's. I don't know if he took a belt sander to this. It must have, you know, to get a convex edge like this. But based, you know, starting from here to here, it's all convex. It's all like smooth. Still cuts, you know, cuts really well, and all that kind of stuff. I didn't even notice to see if the how much steel was taken off here. That doesn't look like it was too bad, but you know, he definitely convex that edge. So, and you know, the CC version lightens up the knife, you know, by half an ounce, so that it weighs in at, you know, 4.1 ounces, which is comparable to paramilitary at 3.75 ounces. So, you know, in terms of blade length and all that kind of stuff, the paramilitary still wins out, you know, but you know, I would say the Strider is somewhat of a harder use knife, you know, and that's what the reputation of it is, you know, that you would use it in a hard fashion, you know, over the paramilitary. Not that the paramilitary couldn't handle pretty much almost every everyday task, but you know, if push came to shove, if you had to, you know, use it in a hard use situation, you know, the Strider, it might work out a little bit better. But here's one thing to think about. With the paramilitary sprints, you know, you can get a superior steel. You know, at $100 you can get S30V, which is typically what the normal Striders are going to come with, S30V. Right now they've been doing that run with the CPM 154, but with, you know, Strider again. So Strider typically runs at S30V, but the paramilitary with their sprints, or you know, you can usually get your hand on, you know, a lot of the sprints for, you know, around $200 or so, which is still half the price of a retail Strider. So if you can get one like, you know, this one right here with the CTS 20CP, you know, or if you're to get the bento box sprint with the M390, or even the carbon fiber one with S90V, you know, then I don't know if an argument could be made that, you know, maybe the paramilitary is the better bet. You know, it is a thinner steel, you know, 3.5 millimeter steel, that tapers down to this really thin tip here. But you know, with a very, you know, with that super steel, you know, whether that edge is going to hold up a lot better and all that kind of stuff. But again, if you're talking about prying and all that kind of stuff, then I don't know, maybe the Strider is the better bet. So I don't know, I kind of just threw that out there, you know, in terms of weight wise, and you know, I think that's, I don't know if the paramilitary is comparable to the Strider or vice versa, but you know, they're definitely two great knives. I'm loving this CC version. You know, this is the older one with the older lock face. The geometry's not too bad on this one, so happy about that. But at the same time, this has already been sent to Strider, so you can see the larger. If you guys have never seen that, you can see the larger stop pin on this side right here. So they already they must have put a cap on this Strider here to prevent, you know, the lockup from going over and sliding onto that lock geometry. But as I said in previous videos, I got a carbonizer, and I'm gonna carbonize these lock faces. I'm gonna do another video about like titanium and steel and all that kind of stuff. I think it's gonna be kind of interesting, so keep an eye out on that one. All right, so just a really quick kind of re-review of the Strider CC SNG CC. I think it's an awesome knife. Just the contours of the G10, smoothness, and all that kind of stuff. Doesn't look like a gentleman's carry knife, you know, with the tiger stripe and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know if they have like a stonewashed or like a CC, you know, a version like this. You know, obviously on the SMF they have it, so I would assume they would have it for the CC version as well. But I love the tiger striping on here, and I love the flame treatment on these scales. You know, that's just awesome. So anyway, Strider CC, SNG CC, let me know what you guys think on the comments down below, And thanks for watching. You guys take care, and I'll see you guys in the next vid. Bye.